1 minute and we can start, I think. So it's counting now. So let's go. Participants counting. So let's go. Another welcome you to today in our kickoff event of the CEE Startup Voucher competition. So let's go briefly to our agenda today. Briefly, we will welcome from our organizers. My name is Michael Poruben. I'm from Inovia Žilina, and I will introduce myself in next steps. Next will be keynote speech from Michaela Viskupičová with the keynote speech, Where is the value in a startup? Next one will be the testimonial with Matej Zámečník, CEO of Spicy Cells and the winner of CEE Startup Voucher 2024. And next will be intro to the CEE Startup Voucher 2025 for your information, how to register, condition, and so on. That will be placed for question and answers. And the last one will be the introduction of 2 open innovation voucher partners. So let's go with introduction of the organizers as innovation ecosystem builders and animators. As I mentioned, my name is Michael Poruben. I'm from Inovia Žilina, and for the first, Inovia is deeply commitment to supporting early stage entrepreneurs. We work with founders at the very beginning of the journey, when the idea is still fragile and the business model is just forming. Inovia provides tailored mentoring, consulting, and also training programs that help these startups grow into stable and scalable businesses, whether it's product development, market validation, or pitching. Our main goal is to guide teams through the toughest early stages of building a company. Second one, we actively contribute to the innovation community. Inovia isn't just about the office space of resources, it's about the people. We organize a wide range of events, workshops, hackathons, networking meetups, and innovation days, all designed to bring together founders, experts, students, and investors. These events help to share experience, build relationship, and also to spark new ideas. The result is a vibrant and open community where the collaboration is a real driver of innovation. And for the third, Inovia helps startups get connected to investors and business opportunities. This is very important. We act as a bridge between the early stage companies and the wide business world. Through pitch events, demo days, and direct introduction, we enable startups to connect with venture capital, angel investors, and so on. So sum it up, Inovia is more than just an incubator or the innovation center. It's a platform where your ideas can grow, where the people support each other, and where the business opportunities are with you and with us. So this was for Inovia, and next one, my word will give to Adela Pichova. Adela is responsible for MSIC and will introduce yourself, your word.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me. My name is Adela Pichova. I'm from Moravian Silesian Innovation Center, and I work with local startups here to support their way towards the success. And we as Moravian Innovation Center are not a startup anymore. We celebrated we are celebrating 8th birthday this year. But if I would want to make it very easy for you, I would say that we do similar things as Inovia here in Moravian Silesian region. But don't worry, I will not be so brief. because it is worth saying that our innovation center in Ostrava works with three main areas. We have, as you can see in the picture, we have a technology park where we try to accommodate not only startups, but also bigger innovative SMEs or even R&D from bigger corporates. So that we can create space for all these actors to actually collaborate and to share knowledge and to have some kind of vivid events and community within the technology park. Besides that, we are also the team that let's say like is piloting new activities within the region under the regional innovation strategy. We have a team of project developers in specialized areas such as environmental technologies, such as digitization, talent management, and also like a general one called entrepreneurial region. So we are trying to, bring different actors to one table and help them in order to promote entrepreneurship and promote innovation in the region. So that's why we do it like this, because without collaboration there is no innovation. And last but not least, actually, flagship services that we have for entrepreneurs are those one-on-one coaching services we offer to both starting entrepreneurs and more mature companies, and we have a vast network of experts. And the best thing about this is that it is really tailor-made, so an entrepreneur can come any time of the year and ask for help, and we are here, and we can nominate expert that has the right know-how to unstuck, for example, this situation within their business. Either it's like a new business model, or for example problem with IP or international expansion. So we are trying to help entrepreneurs to succeed, and we would welcome you all to see Startup Voucher this year, because this is actually the activity that we initiated together with Innovia more than 4 years ago, and we're happy that it is still taking place, and that we can support early stage startups, because we think that these are the startups that need a lot of attention in order to help them on their way. So that's from my side. Thank you, Michal, for moderating and for taking care of the CEE Startup Network this year. And I hope that you will all sign up for the voucher, and that we will see you in Žilina for the finals.
Okay, thank you very much. And Adela is also the chief of startup acceleration team in MSIC, and thank you very much, Adela, as a main coordinator of these activities. So next step will be the keynote presentation. I will just go through the next slide. Yes, okay. Did you see the Michaela Vyskupičová? And I would like to introduce her. Michaela is an investment manager at Impact Venture, a fund in Slovakia. Previously, she worked in a fund placement agency in Amsterdam, specializing in fundraising for funds ranging from 100 million to 2 billion euro. She also worked in Luxembourg at the Private Equity and the Venture Capital Association, focusing on the investors' relation building. So next word is for Michaela.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for the microphone, and I will share my screen to start with the presentation. So just confirm that you see the presentation as I do. Perfect. So this keynote will be about where is the value in a startup. And I prepared a quiz for the beginning. Oh, sorry, it's not working. Okay, it works. So can you imagine that you have a refinery, an old school business, and on the other hand, a software startup, modern, scalable business. A refinery has $1 billion revenue, and a software startup has $100 million revenue. What do you think? Which one has higher value? If you think it's a software, in the Zoom you can vote by raising a hand. For this one, there is like a reaction. You can raise your hand, and who is seeing the participants, you can also see how many people think the software. So I will give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's have a look. We have a refinery. A refinery has 1,000 million or 1 billion revenue, but we have to count with minus 550 million because they have to buy oil, minus 100 million because they have to hire people, and 300 million to pay capex. So what we have in the end? 5 million profit. Software startup has 100 million revenue, but he has just to pay 10 million to hosting cost, 10 million to hire people, and 10 million for marketing. So in the end, startup has 70 million profit. You can say that those numbers were fabricated, and you are right. For this keynote, I made those numbers. But I, as an investor, I am in contact with startups, and this is our regular conversation. It could look very nice when you say 1 billion revenue. But what is important is what is behind the number. So it depends on how you look at the numbers. We can say that all of this is just game of numbers, and it's up to you as a startup to find the best solution how to count the numbers. And the better is to find the right version of valuation methods. We have different valuation methods. For example, comparable company analysis, which means that evaluating the startup based on the valuation of similar companies, or cost to duplicate, determining the cost of rebuilding the startup from scratch, or VC method or Berkus method, where we are counting like the quality of the team or the uniqueness of the idea, or scorecard valuation method by comparing your startup to others that are already funded but with added criteria. Conclusion of this information that we said in the beginning, we can say that your value is hidden in your revenue or in your numbers. Find it. Why I mention revenues and numbers as well? Because many startups have revenues, but many also just numbers. It means that if you are creating a healthcare startup or a deep tech startup, sometimes you have to find investor before you even have a revenue. Then you have to count with the numbers, you have to count with the benchmarks, and to find the numbers that are showing that your value is there. But jumping right directly into the topic, let's take it step by step. What is a startup? Startup is a company that is solving a problem. But how to differentiate between startup and any other new company in the early stage? Because startup is operating on large market and has a potential in high gross margin. What does really large market means? It's a number of people who are expected to use your product multiplied by the average price they are willing to pay annually. So it means number of people who have a certain problem multiplied by the percentage of those who actually want to solve it. That's your market value. For example, we have an application that is translating dog barks into human language. How many people would like to understand their dogs? Probably all dogs owners. But how many of them are willing to pay for application, who claim that they are translating those barks? This is your market value. Through benchmarks, to different analysis, you have to define what is the percentage of those who actually want to solve the problem. So your value is in the market size. How big market can you serve? And the next one is the gross margin. I know it could seem scary, but however, gross margin is the financial metrics that shows how much money a company makes from selling its products or services after subtracting the direct cost of producing or delivering them. It's a measure of efficiency and profitability at basic operation level. So revenue minus COGS divided by revenue multiplied by 100 is the gross margin. This could really look scary, but let's have a look at our example that we had in the beginning. Raffinery, which had 1 billion revenue, had 50 million profits, which means 45% gross margin. Not so much. However, software startup had 100 million revenue with 70 million of profits. That's built 90% gross margin. Many of you can say how many startups has those numbers, or what is the best gross margin for startup. I would say it's around 80%. So more than 80% gross margin, it's ideal. And how many companies already have so positive gross margin? There are some. For example, Meta. Meta has 81.75% a gross margin. But even better example is Apple, because Apple gross margin is overall 46%, but product build 37% and services 74%. So it means that if you are creating a startup with services, so just not using a hardware, for example, the products, it means computers and mobile phones, then as you can see, Apple is also reaching this number as 80%. And for example, NVIDIA has the gross profit around 60%. So the conclusion of those information is that the larger the gross margin is, the more value you get from your revenue. How to make the revenue better? So can you imagine you have an IT startup? On one hand, you have graduates who founded this IT startup. They are founders graduates from Cambridge and Oxford University in major like philosophy and psychology. They hired software engineers as an employees to code the solutions for them. On other hand, you have graduates from Czech Technical University, and the founders are coding everything. What do you think? Which team could be more attractive for investors? It's probably the founders from the Czech Technical University. And why is it so? Because if you have an IT startup and you are able to code everything on your own, you own IP, because where is your IP? There is your value. Of course, we have different companies and you are representing different startups. Some of you have a deep tech startup. In this case, IP is very important for you. You have to be sure that everything what was coded, it's secured and belong to company, not to individuals. If you are creating some companies, for example, the new version of eShop, then this you can take easier. However, in general, IP is important. So in the beginning, when you are a startup in the first super early stage, probably you are asking your neighbor or your best friend to code something for you. But be sure every time that the code belongs to you and not to someone, because the friendship, it sometimes can be broken. And I witnesses some crucial situations when you have to go to your co-founder and to ask for permission or for agreement that the IP that he built in the company belongs to the company. And from this point, we have a fifth important value that in a startup. One of the biggest value in your startup is your team. Choose wisely. It means that for example, one founder, she was looking for a CFO, and she found one guy who coded the solutions for her. She offered him a co-founder position. And many people were surprised why she is offering a co-founder position, because sometimes you can motivate people not just with the money, and especially with startups, it's sometimes difficult to find spare money. And if the person is a key person for your startups, then it's better to secure him with a position or with shares. However, be fast with hiring, but even faster with firing, because the biggest mistake is wasting your resources to someone who is not performing as you wish. So this is a takeaway that many of startup founders that I work with are saying to us. And Jack Altman is also confirming my words. Jack Altman is a successful founder and now early stage startup investors and also a writer. And he say that how to make team productive. Keep them very small Have as few priorities as you can and do as few hours of meetings as possible. And another comparison. We can compare a company to a tanker and a startup to a small ship. Yeah, this little, it's you. You as a startup, you can see in this your advantage. Because don't compare yourself to big companies that have built their processes. Don't try to replicate the processes that are not built for such a small startup that you are. And don't overthink. If there are opportunity, take it. Do you know how difficult it is for the tanker to change direction? You can change it very easily. So also MVP, it's minimum value product. Minimum means really minimum. So don't don't take it perfect. Don't make it a perfect. Sorry, perfectionism is killing your businesses. So if you wanted to raise, you can do as a startup always based towards simple. Customers will tell you when your product doesn't do enough, but will never ask for fewer features when they stop using your product because it's too complex. So it means that if you have now 5 features in your product, go out and try and ask your customers what they think, because waiting for being perfect isn't the way how you can find value. And the next one is also the scalability and technology. It's very difficult to change some technical systems in such a big company, such a big tanker. But in startup, you can change it very easily and scale up and find a business model that allows you for rapid revenue. Because your value is in your speed. Be fast. As Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, said, move faster. Slowness anywhere justifies slowness everywhere. So if you are a startup, your advantage is to be like a big ship, to like a small ship, because these big ships, also, of course, even if they're tsunami, such as economical crisis, or when there is some problems such as COVID or war, then you will probably die because the waves are just too big. But this is the beauty of entrepreneurship. 6 takeaways from this keynote are: your value is hidden in your revenue or numbers. Find it. Your value is in the market size. How big market can you serve? And the larger the gross margin is, the more value you get from revenues. Where is your IP? There is your value. And one of the biggest value in your startup is your team. Your value is also in your speed. Be fast. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks a lot, Michaela. That was a lot of information. I know that also Michaela prepared a little bit more slides, but also we managed this presentation to our webpage, so don't worry about it. But right now we've got some time. Please shake your hands, and if someone has want to ask to Michaela something, so please react and if you've got some question, we've got 4 or 5 minutes for answers from Michaela. Matej. So Matej, please.
Yeah, thanks for a nice presentation. That would be quite interesting. Like, if you could compare the importance of the IP and the speed of the execution in a startup, like how those holds between each other. So it's more important to focus to be maybe the fastest startup on the ground, or maybe to focus more on the IP and not to cooperate so much, and like to have the IP covered, but you're like.
Yeah, thank you very much for the question. First of all, it depends of sector and also what the stage your startup is, because we as investors, we are looking at the IP in a stage of Series A or late seed. Before that, we are not really diving deeper into the IP, because IP due diligence costs around 20,000 euros to really ask the lawyer and to go deeper into that. However, if you are starting now some company and you are in a deep tech, in for example the biotech, and you really need to be sure that everyone who is working on your code has an agreement or a contract that everything what he made belongs to your company. So it means that make the contract, sign the non-compete, non-compete, sign some sort of to be not possible to talk about your solutions for up next 5 years. So be sure that you have all these documents. However, if you are move fast. It means that move fast but smart. Still think about that if you are really willing to move faster, and it don't be such like, for example, my neighbor is a coder, so I will go to him. He can code it for me, and then I will lose the ownership of his code. If you have some general, and now in ChatGPT we can really easily find out the general version of some agreement, and he's signing it, that you are the owner of everything what he produced. In this case, you can do it both of them. But and if you are just creating some new, I don't know, e-shop, if e-shop isn't exactly the startup, but if there is not something like a special officiality, then you don't need to have such documentations. It depends what sector are you competing in, or in where you are building your startup.
Yeah,
Oh.
cool. Thanks for that. I was quite surprised that you as an investor are looking for IP from Series A, because a lot of stuff can happen before
It can, and that's
before Series A, but it.
Yeah, and this is your explanation as well, because if you are investing in the seed series, you have smaller tickets, for example, 100, 200, 300, and can you imagine that you have to pay 20,000 euros for executing just DD? So it means that IP due diligence, it's complex, and you have to go through different patents, and they still don't have, for example, the patent. So this is the reason why early stage investors are not looking so deeper into the IP. They are looking into contracts. So for example, we as an investors, we are looking into the contract. When we see someone who was without the contract and working in the company, we are asking the founder to go to this person and to ask to sign non-compete, and also that the everything what he did belongs to the company. This kind of IP we do, but deeper the IP due diligence we don't do, because it's like 20K approximately, and you have to have a special lawyers, and in this case it's very expensive, which is not relative for early stage investors, especially with the smaller tickets.
Thank you for answer. And we've got one question from Anna in the chat. I have decided to go with a white label software as MVP for my company, consulting services platform. Any thoughts on this? I am a tech company, rather service. Any thoughts on this, please? I'm able to develop the software and customize for me with lifetime license.
Yeah, so I am not sure. It's the question regarding the IP, or it's regarding when I have decided to go with white label software MVP for my company. Do you know what this question? What is the question, real?
Maybe Anna will just deeply go to this question. I don't know if
it's regarding the team, and you are the idea owner, and you are finding someone who can build this code for you, then you can also follow this path and to do it in this way. However, my question is, if I would be your investor to asking you questions, how easy is replicate your idea? And are there competitors at the market who are better or faster or bigger than you? And in which cases, what is your unique value? What is your unique approach to go through this problem? And then from this, I will see how unique is your idea, if this is possible to really create a successful, huge startup. Because there is also the question, what is your goal? It's your goal to be an international big company, successful and potential future unicorn. Unicorn means that you have 1 billion euros revenues. Or is your goal to really, for example, to be active on a certain market, such as Central Europe, and then you see a competitor in UK or US, and it's a potential exit is acquiredness of this big competitor that can buy you, so you don't have to build a unicorn. You can sell your solution to some other competitors. Both options are right, because there is no right way. Either you have a startup who is potential future unicorn, or you have a startup who is building something what already exists, but at the market that doesn't exist yet. So it means that your value is in the market, and you can sell your contacts that you have in a certain market to your competitor. And it's a potential also for potential investors, because they see the opportunity. You own, for example, Poland, Czech, Slovak and Hungarian and Ukrainian market, so they can acquire you, and we as investors, we can see the potential of exit. And there are multiples that for us are interesting, so you can easily build something from that is not also great insight. Okay, thank you.
So, okay, we've got the time for one last question. I see the Ismail Khalilov. So please, Ismail.
Hello, thanks so much for the presentation. And my question is about the venture capitals. And you mentioned the venture capital and the angel investors your organization is working. And my question is it usually based on the Eastern and Central Europe, or like a more global venture capitals and angel investors or accelerators you are working, or like a more Europe-based or like a Middle East-based or global?
Yeah, there are many players, and depends of their decide what they decide they operated with. For example, our fund operated just in Slovakia, because we also have money from Slovak Republic, from European Union. So it means that we have some restrictions how we can invest our money. But this, for example, CEE Startup Network Voucher competition is operated not just in a Slovakia, but in a whole CEE region. So it means that depends of a player. They can easily decide where they wanted to operate, or depends of their investors, because we as a venture capital fund, we have our LPs. So it means investors who invested into our fund, and they built this fund with certain definition, so where we can invest. But there are many different accelerators, incubators, as well as for example, this competition that really can help you to find the best solutions for you. Depends of also where you wanted to grow. If you are growing to Poland, it's good to ask to find a good partner that can help you also with your development in Poland, because we have two types of investors. It's a smart money, and there are just money. If it's just money, you have investor who is investing into you and don't care, because they are trusting you that you will know what to do with the money. And they are also smart money, which means that they are helping you and helping you grow, connecting you to their contacts and their networks. So usually what the startups are looking for are the smart money, because they also want to have a contact to investors, to really have an opportunity to find potential new partners, to open new doors, and to be connected to different other potential stakeholders.
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank
Michaela,
you.
for your great speech and also the answers. So next one, I would like to introduce the Matěj Zamečník. Is a very promising young scientist who combines also academic leadership with a practical business, because his Spicy Cell startup has the ambition to transform the production of most expensive spice in the world through the cell culture technology with significant social and economical impact. So, Matěj, your word.
Okay, so hi guys. As Ivo introduced me, I met you some folks in Brno call me also molecular horticulturist, as I am, basically a horticulturist, but on a molecular level. We are like, okay, so, we won last year the CEE Startup Voucher. Maybe I will shortly tell you what we are doing, and maybe I will try to tell you why we won it, or why I think we won it, or what to do and what to do to win this CEE Startup Voucher. I think you all are here to participate in the competition. So let me share my screen shortly. Whoa. Okay, I share it is. Here it is. Yeah, do you see my screen? Yeah, amazing. So, okay, so, like at Spicy Cells, we thought that you all know the saffron, the most expensive spice on the world, which is also called the red gold. And it's not only like the unique gastronomical delicacy and the like potent antioxidant which is helping in the pharmacology and the cosmetic. Yeah, it's like, but the reason why it's so expensive is that in the year 2025, the production is being done manually, like by women or people in the Asia picking each flower by hand. And for a 1 kilogram of the final spice, you need on average 1 football field of land. So we thought like in 2025, so absurd to produce this amazing spice by this process, and wanted to change it. And okay, saffron is like the price is already high, and it's getting higher due to the extreme change in weather, because of the flowering of saffron is is influenced by the weather. So the prices are even getting higher. Okay, and we were like, okay, let's in spices, let's pick those most flavorous stigmas, these female organs from saffron, and let's pick their cells and learn them how to grow independently of the flower. So only part from the flower which you need are just those cells which are responsible for the flavor and for the color and the smell of the saffron. And we are learning those cells to grow in the bioreactors, which are like the condition control tanks, where we are like feeding them with the naturally occurring nutrients, and they are just dividing. And when dried, the new generation of saffron, which is like the dried powder of the highest quality of saffron, is created. And this is, like at least 10 times more efficient than the traditional approach of growing the saffron. And what we are aiming, as you all know, vanilla. Vanilla, like long ago, was the luxury spice which only the kings were allowed to eat because it was too expensive. It was only produced on Madagascar. It's the same with the saffron now. But vanilla, by this chemical synthesis, became like normal part of our foods, of your kitchen, of the ice cream. And the spices, we are going to make a saffron, a new vanilla. We are going to make production of saffron to be at 10 times higher at least. So you will enjoy, saffron in your yogurt, in the ice cream, hopefully very soon. And in our team, that's me, and there is also my two amazing co-founders, Charlotta Kanyukova, which is our plant biotechnologist, and Eliška Ulmanova, which is our biotechnologist, and also the lady behind the business development and the partnerships. And last year, we won the CEE Startup Vouchers, which allowed us to greatly improved on our tech, especially because as we are early stage biotech startup, the biggest bottleneck is tech, is this saffron cells working. So now, because of it, we were able to buy a small bioreactor. We're able to employ like 4 students, which are helping us on a daily basis in the laboratory. And now we have the cell cultures, those cells of the saffron, which are starting to resemble the color and the smell of the traditional saffron. So, and this is quite a lot because of the help from the CEE Startup Voucher. And the reason why I think we won it, or we were one of the finalists, because at the finals then there is just a little difference which make difference. But what's the most important is to get to the finals, which you also got some some public engagement and so on. was that we were doing like truly innovative stuff, because those are the public money and that they should support something which can really make the innovation. You cannot be just another startup making another, let's say AI model without, not model agent without, I don't know, not so clear business plan. So I think the innovative aspect of our project was quite outstanding. And yeah, so this is like from my side what I observed during the finals, and also like the experience on the finals in Wrocław. It was the conference made in Wrocław was very amazing. There were like hundreds of people watching you pitching, and then a lot of new interesting connections. Also, the committee was quite interesting. You wouldn't say, but in Poland there is quite interesting venture environment. So that's me, and that's our startup Spicy Cells, which is like growing saffron cell by self, and soon you can enjoy the saffron in your yogurt. Thank you for attention.
Thank you very much to Maciej. If you've got we've got maybe 2-3 minutes for a question from some maybe founders to Maciej. Maybe I just one question we've got from Michaela.
I'm sorry, I tried to do the reaction point, but however, I will be very glad also to ask questions because, but I don't want to be the first one. But however, I am already. So my first question is that you won this competition. What was the best experience that you have during the whole process? Like, what the key takeaways you have from it? Thank you.
Honestly, process was quite straightforward. You just had to deliver the like the all the deliverables, the business plans, and so on. And we got some quite interesting feedback from one of the professional which were like judging us of that maybe we were like we should, because at that time we were quite focused on the gastro market and on the like India like as our like first and go to market strategy. And we got quite a nice feedback from a guy who is, let's say, more experienced in the India because we had at the time we didn't have an idea how it's to go to India to start a product in India. And we got nice feedback how we could focus or how we could see European market in a little bit different lens. So that helped us a lot. Now we are quite a lot focusing also on this cosmetic part of the business model, because this is something which can we do much earlier than the food sector. So the feedback was quite helpful.
Okay, maybe one question from my side. What was the hardest thing for you in this competition?
Maybe I was like feeling that I'm competing to like much more experienced and older guys, but somehow I got used to compete and to pitch a lot. Honestly, like I think always hardest part is the real tech what you are doing, the real like the lab work or the coding or the stuff, because it's what's make a real difference. Because at the end everyone can learn to pitch amazingly and have a good presentation and like you have a good like the pitch decks. But what's really like make a difference is the tech or the code you are doing. So this is the hardest part, I would say.
Okay.
But it's not like connecting to the competition completely. But at the end, we were also awarded by our innovative principle, which is like based on the tech we are doing. So
Okay. Thanks a lot. So let's go to another agenda. I will share the next part of presentation, and we go through the next step, and it's to introduce the startup network voucher and startup network as same. So startup network voucher and startup network is the collaboration, the people, members for opportunities for startups. In this CEE, it means the Central and Eastern Europe, for the support new projects to become successful startup with international impact. Also the newborn startup companies with fresh idea so this is the like the ecosystem. So ecosystem prepare for your ideas, and we are preparing how to improve your ideas, how to make you grow. So the CEE Startup Network Voucher has now in 2025, it's a 5th edition. First edition was in 2021 in Ostrava. That was applied to almost 90 startups, and also was participating only 2 countries, Slovakia and Czech Republic. But as you can see, the next years, as 2022, 23, and last year in Wrocław was applied the startups almost 120, and the participating countries 23. It's a great amount, and also it's not only about amount, and also it's a quality, as you can mention the Matej project. The CEE Startup is a flagship initiative of the CEE Startup Network, and is designed for early stage startups, especially in Central and Eastern Europe, but also it's open for another countries. It's not only for definitely for the borders of Central Europe or Eastern. So we are open, as I can see the Austria member in this webinar, and also the last year, the second one, I think that was the Italian startup. So, main focus on target startups for CEE Startup Voucher 2025. It's, as I mentioned also Adela in its previous speech, it's early stage startups. So early stage idea, technological or business innovation, of course. Okay, we are looking for a scalability. It's very important thing, say how to scalable your projects and your ideas. Also the global growth potential and ambitions, because without the global growth, we cannot talking about the position in the Czech Republic, Slovak Republic, Poland, and so on. We have to think big, as you know. And also this the targeting is also the impact for CEE region, but you can be from Italy, Austria, Spain, but if you find some impact of CEE region, will be good. Will be some points to edit to your criteria. Our ideal startup, it's also can be in idea phase, or can be in POC or MVP, and also the first paying customer. Topics also, we've got some limited about the innovation, definitely, but okay, as some moral banned startups, we cannot to apply some startups or projects with offensive weapons, illegal drugs, and other areas. They break the law, definitely. So please be in the law area, and this will be good for you, and innovation is the first one. Also, geographic area is not limited, as I mentioned. Scalable, definitely, and global growth potential and ambition, as I mentioned before. Prizes is also the one of the main priorities for the application and the applicant. So right now we've got a golden voucher for a winner. It's 20,000 euro, and also, as Matej mentioned, service tailored to scale up your business, and also the feedback, because feedback for your pitch deck, it's very interesting, and it can improve your pitch deck, not only your pitch deck, and also improve your growth. Also, the price is open innovation vouchers. It's attractive corporate partners with innovation challenges. Now we've got more than 20,000 euro in this open innovation vouchers as a prizes, and they will be becoming in our webpage, and will be still counting. So today we introduced 2 open innovative vouchers partners with a very interesting program. Timeline for a CEE startup voucher for this year. We are opening right now this webinar in 26th of June. Next event will be Funding Horizon event. It will be hybrid. This Funding Horizon will be in Czech Republic with organizer of MSIC, and also will be in online. So stay tuned, and will be also informed as soon as possible. Deadline for submission will be till 14th of September 2025. So from this point, from 26th of June is open application for a pitch deck and also the information for the startups. Results of the first round will be known in 6th of October 2025, and next will be the semifinals rounds, two semifinals rounds. First one will be in 15 October, and second one will be in 16 October. In these semifinals will be reached and they will be choose 20 best startups according the condition, according the criteria, and these semifinals will be online with the our evaluators. And the finals will be in Žilina 11th of November 2025. So in Žilina will be definitely in the Žilina in live, and also the evaluators and also the pitching will be in live. So be prepared the presentation your startup in live scene. Aftercare November onwards. So our application tips for your pitch deck and for your information in application. So please, your video can be short and sweet, getting to know the founders and their innovation. The video is not about the product or your startup. It's definitely about the founders and the motivation to sign for a competition. Pitch deck also the short and impactful and the right information and data. And also be prepared that in live and also in semifinals will be the limited time for a presentation of pitch deck. Don't forget to include info about the use of funds. It means the first prize. Also the vision of company, so we can understand your ambition. Include the call to action, so don't ask for help till last minute. This is also the very important information. If you have any question, don't hesitate to contact from our side, me directly as a contact person, and also the Adela as a support. So we are directly in our web page, and also will be our contact information in the application form. So, as I mentioned, right now the registration is open. You can find definitely in a QR code and also in the link. And right now we've got some time for questions from some founders on whatever you want to ask. So please, if you want to shake your hand, or please sign your question to chat.
Yes, if it's may I ask a question?
Yes, also Ismail.
Thank you. And my question is about especially to Michaela, about potential investors. And for example, our startup is based on the Slovakia, but we are as a founders, co-founder, I and my friend, and we have also another team members. But all of us, we are international, one person from the Turkey, another one from Nigeria, Croatia, Azerbaijan, and we're international. Do you think it's for the investors, it is more advantage, or they are looking for as a team, international and a multicultural team, it is bring the advantages, or it is to be one country based team, it is more interesting for the investors. Also, I mean, also I would like to ask you as well that I think we can, you mentioned the slide, and we can apply, I think. Yes, our company is officially based on SRO Slovakia, but all of us, we are international. I hope it will not be a problem to apply for this competition. Thank you.
Yeah, so regarding the competition, I will let Michael to answer these questions, or Adela. But regarding the investors, I think there are some, I don't know, the investors who are really dedicated to be, that the founders has to be from certain country. Sometimes when you have the opportunities, for example, we have in Slovakia Startup Awards, and there is either the company is based in Slovakia or one of the founder is from Slovakia. So in this case, sometimes you see that the nationality can make some positive impact, but in your case, that doesn't really matter if you are from other countries. Your company is based in Slovakia, so you have, in our case as an investor, impact in, for example, in Slovakia. So your company is Slovak. But I will let now Michael and Adela to answer the questions regarding the CEE Startup Network Voucher, how they see it.
Okay, so thanks for the question. I think that the mixture of the nationality in team, it's not some band. It's definitely, I think, as Michaela said in presentation, the fifth point, I think, that was about the quality of the team. If your team it's from 5 nations, it doesn't matter. I think that it's if most important thing is to choose the great people to lead and scalable your project. So from our side, it's not a problem. But also one criteria, as I mentioned, was the impact for a CEE region. So please be specific in this topic, how to be impact on your project to CEE region. And at the last, as Michaela say, I have to say that Michaela promised me that will be one evaluator in Žilina in the final. So if Ismail, you will be in the top 10 in Žilina, so you will meet with Michaela as an evaluator. So maybe you can ask her in live.
Yeah, thank you. I hope so as well, to be in the top 10.
Okay, any questions? So let's go for a last one, our presentation. It means that we are going through our Open Innovation Voucher partners. So now the next speaker was to be Martin Haranta from iProBio as an Open Innovation Voucher partner, but a funny situation arose because he called me 15 minutes before our webinar, and he was at the conference in Athens, and how he didn't realize that there was an 1 hour time difference, right, of this presentation here and the panel of experts, and now he's speaking in front of 300 participants, so I have to apologize to him. It cannot be in 2 places. Very sorry, but also it happens. So I will therefore review his presentation very briefly, but all information will be shared on our pages for the needs of for founders. So I will skip on the presentation from Martin. And I hope that I will be clear. I hope that you see my screen. So as I mentioned, Mr. Haranta is the CEO of iProBio team, which is definitely focused on the biotics, microbiome, and health startup with new ideas. And his Microbiome Explorer Challenge, it's focused. So I don't know why it's not going further. Okay. So the main focus area as a partner, it will be for biotics, probiotics, postbiotics, symbiotics, also fermentation technology and fermented functional food. Also for microbiome, gut, skin, vaginal, oral, or systematic health axes such as gut brain, gut skin, and gut liver. Also analytical methods like omics science and personalized targeted modulation of microbiome. So which early stages are looking for its guidance, visibility, funding, network, and financial reward. This is why the Martin was the partner for this innovation voucher, and also why to join to us and preparing to know the startups with this. So if you register to Microbiome Explorer Challenge, also with CEE Startup Voucher, you can win 2 awards, because one will be as a reward of the final prize, and 2 if you will be chosen from our partner for an application, his prizes. Also, our partner has a professional jury. First one is Martin. Martin is very interesting people, which is also the actively lecturer for universities. Is a founder of iProbio and company focus on high quality microbiome targeted supplements. Next one, it's Peter Kurti, business angel. Is a business strategy with a hands-on experience in probiotic market, also in-depth knowledge of the regulatory challenges, and also MBA and work as a sales of marketing director of the probiotic. Last one will be announced as soon as possible. Why to sponsorship as our partner? It's also to access to Europe's the new microbiome innovators, influence to shape startup directions, position to brand and the heart of the microbiome ecosystem, make the strategy investment opportunity, engage with the scientific and business talent. This one I will step because I'm not specialized for this, but also this presentation will be soon to attached on our website. You can need know that also you can reach the feedback from a world-class jury, and also you can gain the detailed actionable feedback, insights into clinical translation, regulatory navigation, and market positioning, and also identification of gaps and opportunities you might have missed. Beyond the competition is also jury members can become mentors, advisors, or even long-term collaborators, and also unique opportunity to build relationship with the people, sharpening your ideas. Market momentum and so on, I will think that will be introduced in our voucher. And the last one and last information from Martin was that the total amount of the target price in this innovation voucher, it's almost 20,000 euro, and it's divided between the financial prices and also is the consultant services, which mean that it's about how to gain the market, how to improve your ideas, and so on. It's 2 different sides of the prices from this partner. So this is from first partner, and the next one will be the Jan Thomas. I hope that is here.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so if I get a word right now.
I'm sorry.
One again, I have to introduce you because, okay. Jan Thomas is an entrepreneur with experience in managing several companies from LPP Holding, and he will introduce 2 options such as Open Innovative Voucher as a partner, and the focus with his enters to do CEE SATA voucher for 2025. Okay, it's yours.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much for introduction. I don't know if Adela wants to tell us something, or I can go straight forward.
No. Thank you, Michal, for introducing Mr. Thomas. Just change him the slide, please, and that's it. You're good to go.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I want to be very briefly and focus on the presentation of our main goals. We've got two of them because our company and our companies, as been said, we are currently 9 separate companies, mostly focused on the development and research in the sector of security and communication platforms, as well as we are focused on production of our own products for avionics, as well as for specific sectors regarding communication, regarding navigation, regarding sharing of the information throughout the field that could be affected. We are not focused on civil market deeply, but we are quite open to have any type of collaboration within the specific area of civil industries and civil market. But please, as a first thing that I want to mention, we are really focused on security. So everything regarding the security, safety, and after that using in specific environments, something where we want to be active. Why we are here? We are looking for cooperation and to help to grow up new ideas in 2 most specific fields where we are active. The first one is focused on the batteries. Something what we are challenging day by day is to break the equation between battery storage, the amount of energy that we can store in very small amount of mass. So the first potential that we are seeing is how quickly and how efficiently we are able to store energy in very small piece of material. We are using that for our products. So we, as a not only a research company, but as a business company, we want to share our experience how to deliver such of product with high storage energy into the markets. And this is the first potential that we want to open it up as a first voucher. The second one, it's bind with that energy as well, because what we are doing is getting navigation in a hard environment, and what we are looking for, based on current ongoing research, new approaches, how to get navigation in very harsh environment, even when the GPS information is very infected by different type of jamming or some type of influential of position information. Together with that, we need to share that information within the specific security sector. So the second one is focused on how to get position and how to share position in very harsh and jam environment. This is something where we want to be focused, and any idea that is on the market, that is within your head, how to get to the position that I want with as low as possible, with as low as possible bunch of data that I've got in my hand. Based on that 2 approaches, meaning based on batteries that I will have in my hand, based on the navigational that I can have, how I can get to the place where no one can. It means in security, meaning how to be able to navigate within the cities with as low as possible of different information. So very quickly, that 2 approaches is something for what we are looking for. and for what we want to be open to get collaboration, to get specific information, and to get information from all of you. It's quite open at the end. I hope that we can find the best combination of new ideas and new approaches to solve that solution. Specifically, all that information will be shared with you throughout the team of Adela or with the guys from CEE. So we are quite open to be here for you and to be in touch with you. So that's enough from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much for our second partner for innovation Voucher. So we are at the end of our session. Last one, I think that is the information about some. Okay, it's a little bit slowly slides. Okay, last one before we end our session. It's about to mention Slovak Awards. It's something like the Oscars in Slovakia because it's only for Slovakian startups, and we are also the partner how to pronounce and how to propagate this this event, which final is in November in Košice. So please, if you are in Slovak startup or the idea or the project, now the application form is ready. So please, applicant in here in www.sask.sk. So please, application. And this is our final slide. In case of some information, question, don't hesitate to contact me as a main leader of this project. And the registration right now is open. So please register and good luck. All founders, all new ideas, and we are looking forward to the semifinals or the final in Žilina. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.